Hello, I'm James Lockett, the Director of Frui Holidays and Courses, and on this video we aim to give you 3 more of our top photography tips, all based from one of our holidays in Ethiopia. Faced by the epic scale of the Ethiopian landscape, one of the main problems you face as a photographer is how to make striking compositions when surrounded by such open spaces.
If you're looking to shoot a landscape, one of the key things that you can do to really engage the viewer is to pick something in the foreground to use as a sort of anchor point for the image, so that you get a sense of depth, sort of a foreground, a middle ground and a background. The amazing thing that you can do when you're up here in the Simien Mountains is choose these Galata baboons. They are so tame, they literally walk straight up to you and they give you perfect opportunity to take pictures of them.
We often get the photographers on our holidays to use these to promote a sense of scale and make excellent compositions. It sounds obvious, but another important thing to think about is how we might use the light.
If we think about light in terms of what time of day we're taking pictures, then obviously it's always better to take pictures in the evening, late evening, afternoon and the morning. When the light's coming from an angle, you tend to get all the nice colours, and also it's picking up all the textures on the buildings and the landscapes that you're looking at.
Try to avoid the midday when the sun is overhead and it creates big areas of light and dark that your camera struggles to deal with.
Obviously, one of the main things people want to do when they come to a country like Ethiopia is take pictures of the people. You've got a huge range of different cultures here. One of the problems photographers feel that they have is how to approach that subject without creating or causing offence.
So what's the secret to taking great portraits of people while on holiday? For this, we'll speak to our tutor, Simon Tupper.
So Simon, when people are taking pictures in this kind of environment, quite often they find it really hard to approach people and get the sort of portraits they want because they don't want to offend people. Yeah. Is there any easy way of getting around that?
Well, there's no real secret to it or a way around it. It's just something you kind of have to do. Once you've done it a couple of times, you'll realise that it's basically not actually that scary. Somewhere like in Ethiopia, everybody's super friendly and smiley and good looking, so it's worth doing, you know.
And what about like the issue of like what people should include? I mean, how do you make a really strong picture of people in their environment?
I think the key to a good environmental portrait is including just enough of the person's context that you can get a sense of where they are and who they are, but not so much that it distracts from the person themselves, you know, because that's what we really want to be looking at.
So perhaps the key is to be confident and speak to the people that you want to take pictures of. But yet, once you start taking the pictures, try to put them at ease and get natural poses that don't look like tourist shots.
So lastly, in your opinion, what makes a really strong travel portrait?
I think a really good travel portrait is one where when the viewer looks at it, they can really feel like they're there, you know, rather than an outside observer looking in at something. They get a sense of being in that situation, you know, because that's what we're trying to communicate, I think, with travel photography.
So try with your portraits to give people looking at the images a genuine feel of the people that you're shooting. We hope you enjoyed these photography tips, and we hope to see you on a Frui trip soon.